So, what if you could read the private journal of one of the most powerful men who ever lived? I'm not talking about his public speeches, I mean his raw, unfiltered thoughts on how to handle stress, deal with annoying people, and just find some meaning in it all. Well, guess what? We can. Today, we're cracking open the private diary of Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius to find some practical wisdom for our own crazy lives straight from a 2,000-year-old notebook. Okay, let's just start right here. This is how the most powerful man in the world began his day. Seriously, not with some cheesy motivational quote, but with a straight-up dose of reality. He wasn't pretending everything was going to be great. He was getting ready for the fact that, yeah, he was going to have to deal with some real jerks. I mean, come on, doesn't it? This could have been a tweet you read this morning. It's kinda hilarious and also a little sad how little people have changed in 2,000 years. But that's exactly what makes his advice so incredibly relevant today. So, what was his grand plan for handling all these difficult people? Did he have them thrown in a dungeon? Nope. His solution had nothing to do with them at all. The big secret, the whole key, was that it was an inside job. It was all about getting his own mind right before he even stepped out the door. And what's so cool is the logic he uses to get there. He tells himself, look, these people are only acting this way because they're ignorant. They don't know what's truly good or bad. But even more than that, he reminds himself that we're all built to work together. You know, like your feet and hands, or your eyelids. To get angry at someone is as unnatural as your left hand refusing to help your right. And here's the real kicker. Their bad behavior can't actually touch your inner character. The only person who decides to let anger or hate in is you. And that idea right there, that internal control, is the bedrock of one of the coolest concepts in Stoicism. It's all about building what they call an inner fortress. It's about drawing a really clear, bold line in the sand between what you can control and, well, everything else. Marcus basically says, listen up. You are not just a body. You're not this little bag of flesh and bones that can get sick or hurt. You're not a puppet that other people or events can just pull the strings on. No. What you truly are is what he calls the ruling part. That's your power to think, your ability to choose. That is the real you. Everything else is just stuff you have. So what is this ruling part exactly? Think of it like the command center of your mind. It's the part of you that can sit back, look at a situation, and make a calm, rational judgment without flying off the handle. And this is your fortress, because nothing can get in there unless you let it. People can insult you, things can go wrong, but that inner director of yours can remain totally unharmed, totally in control. And here's the flip side. This is the warning. Marcus is super clear on this. If you spend all your energy worrying about what other people are thinking, obsessing over their opinions, getting caught up in their drama, you are, quote, of necessity going to be unhappy. It's a guarantee. But if you turn your attention inward to your own mind, you've actually got a shot at real peace. All right, so we've got a strategy for other people and for our own minds. But what about all this stuff that just happens? Bad luck, getting sick, losing something important. This is where we get into Marcus's take on reality itself. Now, this next idea might be the toughest one to swallow in the whole philosophy. Marcus says that things like life and death, pain and pleasure, they happen to everyone, right? Good people and bad people. Since the universe doesn't pick and choose, these things can't be inherently good or evil. They're just neutral. The Stoics called them indifference. It's not about the event. It's all about how you choose to respond to it. And here's the simple logic behind it. Just ask yourself this question. Does getting a flat tire make me a fundamentally worse human being? Does winning the lottery automatically make me a more virtuous person? The Stoic answer is a hard no. Only your choices, your actions, and your judgments can define your character. Therefore, the event itself is neither good nor bad. It just is. Okay, this next part might sound a little dark at first, but stick with me, because for Marcus, it's actually the complete opposite. He is constantly reminding himself that he's going to die. Not to be morbid, but to use it as a tool, to create urgency and focus. He writes this over and over. A limit of time is fixed for you. Just think about that. You get one shot at this. Your time is finite. And he's not saying this to bum you out. He's saying it because every single minute you waste on pointless anger or anxiety is a minute you will never, ever get back. It's the ultimate call to action. Use the time you have to get your head straight, because this opportunity will be gone before you know it. And this is how you put that idea into practice, every single day. Just imagine. How would you handle your next conversation if you knew it was your very last one? You'd probably be a lot more honest, a lot more focused, right? You'd cut through the nonsense. It's not about doing something dramatic. It's about using this thought as a filter to make sure that even the smallest things are done right. This all leads to a really wild, kind of mind-bending idea. The person who lives to be 100 and the baby who only lives for a day, they both lose the exact same thing. And that thing is the present moment. Because the present is all any of us ever truly have, right? You can't lose the past, it's already gone. You can't lose the future, it isn't here yet. The only thing you ever possess, the only thing that can be taken away from you is this very moment. Now, realizing that makes this moment right here incredibly valuable. So, after all of that, dealing with people, mastering your own mind, accepting fate, staring down your own mortality, what's left? What can possibly guide you through all this? According to Marcus Aurelius, there is one thing, and only one thing, you can truly rely on. And that guide is philosophy. And not in some stuffy academic way. He means philosophy as a practical, everyday guide to living. It really just boils down to this checklist. Protect your inner self. Don't let your feelings own you. Have a purpose for what you do. Be real. Accept the things you can't change. And when the end comes, face it with your head held high. For the emperor, that was the whole game. So we'll end on this thought. The emperor's big project wasn't conquering more territory. It was achieving mental clarity. He saw all his own worries, his anger, his distractions as just clouds blocking the sun. So the real question this leaves us with is a personal one. If you look inside your own mind right now, what's the first cloud you're going to start clearing away?